You're Take 420. We back with another video. Alright, today's video is about a mother who's facing charges because of her son's behaviors. Apparently her son, he's like 11, bro, wilding out, catching F's and all that, catching felonies, and they about to make the mom pay the consequences. So we're gonna get into that real quick, see what they talking, and as usual, I'm gonna give my 420 take. My take 420. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it.
It's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do. And you know this, man.
A mother accountable for out-of-control criminal behavior by her child. It's something police have been reluctant to do, but it just happened in Utica. A rare arrest, and police did it to prove a point and get other parents to exert more authority over their children. This week, police arrested 36-year-old Nutro Muhammad. Authorities say her 11-year-old son has been involved in at least 4 felonies: robbery, fire at a Walmart, stolen cars, and more. Because of his age, police say they can't charge him criminally, so they've turned their attention to the mother. Late today, Utica Police Lieutenant Michael Curley and I talked about some of the specifics of this case, why police and prosecutors took this very rare step, and what they're hoping comes of it. What message do you hope that this sends to folks in Utica and beyond?
So this is a very unique situation, considering the age of the child, the amount of crimes that he's been in, the lack of the ability for the police and the community to really do anything about it, coupled with the fact that Raise the Age has just kind of run amok amongst the juvenile population with this case in particular, and the fact that under 12 cannot be prosecuted in any criminal facility or family court. We felt it prudent that we had to do something in this respect.
When you arrested this mother in particular and explained why she was going to be placed under arrest, what was the reaction?
I mean, certainly she was unhappy, as dictated by our press release, and certainly I think everyone can understand that by the charge in of itself, this is not the first contact we've had with this mother. It wasn't that a simple juvenile stole a pack of gum from a local convenience store and we're charging a mother for uncare of a juvenile. This child has been in a multitude of felonies, to include robberies, burglaries, stolen vehicles, and a fire at Walmart. So it's not as if these aren't just true public nuisance crimes as well. So this kid isn't just out stealing things, as we said. He's not throwing rocks through windows. This is a case where a juvenile has created a multitude of major safety issues, and the mom has just been unwilling to try to stem those behaviors.
And you're sure it's unwilling, not unable?
Well, I think there is a very fine line between unwilling and unable. Once you've been notified, informed, and offered services on a multitude of occasions, and you're just not taking advantage of those things, nor attempting in any facility to try to rein in your child's behavior, what are we as the public and we as the police to assist the public supposed to do? Just allow the kid to continue wantonly committing crimes, committing violent crimes, and out there at all hours of the night without supervision? I think it was incumbent upon us just to prove a point that these kind of behaviors will not be allowed, obviously in very certain circumstances. Each and every time we've talked to mom, she either states she doesn't know where he is, or he snuck out, or he's out doing things. And these crimes aren't just occurring at 6 p.m. They're occurring at 1 a.m., at midnight, and later in the morning hours, in which it is their due diligence and their care to make sure their child has proper supervision. And each and every time we've encountered this child and brought him home and spoke to mom, we found that it has been a lack of all care, supervision, and neglect potentially. I mean, obviously that's a charge that can be explored later down the line, but things that just cannot continue due to, one, the age of the child and the serious nature of these crimes.
Is there any worry that coming down on mom could make the life of the child worse if mom is saddled with court time, fines, whatever, potential jail time, something like that, that things could end up worse for the kid?
Understood. It's a concern. However, I think in this case, it is endangering the welfare of the child. So we are arguing that mom's behavior has created a situation which either allows this child to act in this behavior or has been unable and unwilling to take care to cease this behavior. So I would argue that mom's own behavior has created the situation in this child's life that he is just free and wanton to do what he wants, And we need to stem that behavior somehow. And if this requires mom to get the services, to adhere to the services and comply with services, I think we've helped the child in the long run.
In this case, Utica police say they went for a misdemeanor charge against the mother, hoping to get her attention but not upend the family. The punishment could be probation, court-ordered services. Rarely would it be jail time.
So that's the end of that video. Listen. We discussed this in one of my other previous videos. That was in a town in New Jersey, though. This is in Utica. That's upstate New York. But see, shit real. Shit getting real, man. Shit getting real. Listen, I'm still iffy. Like, I don't think punishing the parent. Well, hold on. Let me take a step back, because let's look at, what they say. Kid is 11. That's definitely important. His age is important. 11 years old is crazy. To be getting caught up in robberies, carjackings, arson, like, come on, that's wow. That's, you know what I mean? What kind of shit is he on? I got questions though. Is he an only child? Like, does the mother have multiple children? Obviously, where's the father? That's the next question. He said that they went to her multiple times and she'd be like, oh, he snuck out. She don't know where he at and all this other stuff. And it's like, depending on where you at, it's possible, bro. When I was 11, I had the ability to sneak out and do all this other shit because my mother was at work all the time. I don't know if his mother's at work all the time. She could be a single parent at work all the time. These things matter. And then when you say you've approached her multiple times, made her aware of his behavior and all these different things, and her responses give off the notion that she doesn't even really care. Like, she's not trying to implement any punishments, any discipline, you know what I mean? Any type of structure. She's not trying to stay on top of where he at, what he's doing. But I also go back to what y'all been teaching motherfuckers to do as parents. Because if he was getting the discipline he needed, you see, that's like, this is the type of shit. He need a foot in his ass, bro. He need a foot in his ass, bro. Now, no time out. Now, don't let me take your phone away. A foot in his ass. But if she do that, she could be facing some different type of charges. Now, obviously, I'm speaking on this case as if she is a good mother. I don't know her. She could very well be a neglectful parent and is the root to
today, Junior,
the chaos that her son is causing. Because it is her job to provide a certain level of supervision, guidance, protection, discipline, all these different things. And if she's not doing that, then I get it. It is kind of her fault. Somebody do got to pay. In that situation, I'm not opposed. But I still don't see how it solves the problem. Like the other guy said, what is this going to do for the child? Like, that's not going to cause any struggles, disruptions, hardships for the child. Who's the child going to be with if the parent goes to jail? Even if it's not jail, even if it's paying a fine, just the court fees, legal fees in itself, that could take away from being able to care for the child in other ways. Yes, we know the supervision is in question, but the other ways still matter too. She might not be supervising her child, but she still got a roof over his head, food in the fridge, clothes on his back, court fees and fines interfere with that too, and then you're gonna want to bring her up on some more charges. Like, you can't, y'all can't play the loop thing right here. In my opinion, like I said, at all times, punish the wrongdoer. Unless that kid, like that kid in double digits. Y'all already know what I said. Hey, I go back to our line. That kid in double digits. They know enough to know not to be setting shit on fire, stealing. They know enough. They know enough at 10 to know not to do no shit like that. Send his little ass to juvie, bro. Y'all gonna have to lower the age, bro. Talking about because he's under 12, he can't be charged, even juvenile, family court. Nah, bro, y'all gonna have to change that shit. I'll be damned, my child 10 and up, out in the world, catching felony charges. And you think I'm about to pay for that shit? Because if it was up to me, my child couldn't come home, but then y'all gonna try to charge me for that. For just not letting him in. Like, come on, fuck out of here, bro. I don't know what they gonna charge her with, what they gonna give her. Maybe the whole household need help. Maybe she do need help. I don't know. She only got one child. If she only got that one child, then nah, she just probably gotta do a better job. If she got multiple children, if she's working, if she's a single parent, no father around, y'all gotta find a little leeway. But he did say that they offer different services and all that, and she won't accept them, so yeah, nah, when you put it like that, maybe she is the other type of parent. She is neglectful. She don't supervise her child. She's dismissive of help. And if all of that is the case, then yeah, I can see, and part of me can definitely agree with the route that they're taking. But if it is the other side, and because the other side does exist, this is why we have to find another way. That's all I'm saying. We got to find another way. But it's the end of that. It's a short little video. Before I get out of here, just a little channel update. I'm just working on some things. Working on some different type of videos that I'm trying to put out. Trying to step up my quality. See, my lighting is better. My still working on my angles and all that. But, slow progression. You know what I mean? If you're going to be here, you're going to see it along the way. You're going to see the growth along the way. You know what I'm saying? I noticed I got some new subscribers too. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Just look out for the next video, man. TAKE420. We out.